I don't know if that's a good tagline. I stole it from someone else online. Anyways, I am still working on. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm still working on this piece, so hopefully I can finish it tonight. I just need to go grab my YouTube. That's not the one that I need. Live now. Yes. I am also going to be streaming on Watch Me Work. Okay, awesome. Got that all synced up, and let's get going. Gotta remember to put my glasses on. Make sure I don't look. I was wearing them crooked one time on a stream, so I like to check it in my camera. There we go. Cool. All right. So I'm still working on this piece. Oh god, I don't have lipstick on my face, do I? Cool. And I'm really hoping to get it done tonight. So I've got a list of things I need to tackle. I think the first thing I'm going to do is his sword. So I'm going to rotate my canvas because I want the sword to be straight. Oops. I'm just going to make it straight up and down. And then I'm going to go to paintbrush. Grab this, get a little bigger. That's probably good. And black. You know what though? I'm not going to do it on that layer. I'm going to grab this. It's going to go right underneath his layer so that I don't clip over his head. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go back onto his layer and erase. Oh, oh, not that much. I had it blocked in, so. Alright, this might take me a minute to get this right. I need to just do one continuous line there. that's the basic line. Okay, cool. Let's see here. I don't have anyone in here on Watch Me Work from what I can tell, but I will leave a link for my Twitch channel in case if anyone wants to go follow that. Okay. Now obviously the sword is not going to stay the same width the whole way. I think I want to end it somewhere around here. I'm actually going to grab a lighter gray color because I feel like that will show up a bit more consistently on here. So I'm just filling in what I have drawn in. I'm basically going to create a clipping mask for the sword. I want to make sure that this is nice and opaque. I'm going to grab the black again. And the shape is supposed to be like, so this is going to be, it's kind of a weird sword because it doesn't look like an elven saber, but it doesn't look, there's some elvish accents on it, but it's a lot beefier than what you'd think an elf would be using. Like, it doesn't look like the little sabers from the Lord of the Rings movies. So this is an original character, by the way, too. I've mentioned that in my previous streams working on it, but it's my boyfriend's, so he's got very like specific ideas about what the character should look like. Okay. And then the end of this is supposed to have a wolf head on it. Probably doesn't have to be that long. It's somewhere around there. The design for the end of this weapon was kind of inspired by Longclaw from the Game of Thrones series, Jon Snow's sword. I just got some feedback in my... What is going on here? Am I in a chat channel I didn't know about? Oh, hey, I am in here with someone. Hello, I didn't realize I was still in the chat from earlier. I'm streaming right now. I am streaming on Watch Me Work and Twitch. Here, I'll give you a link. Why not? That's my Twitch channel where I'm streaming, and then... Oh, I just need the... I'm not paired with anyone on Watch Me Work if you wanted to jump in. Ah. So what kind of art do you make? Ah. That's... Oh, that's interesting. That's something I haven't played around with. It doesn't sound like fun to me because I feel like it's like math. Mm-hmm. Ah, did you subscribe? Thank you. Awesome. I need to fix my OBS. It doesn't broadcast my Discord conversations. So it probably sounds weird to most people if they can't hear the other half. Yeah. Oh, so if I disable streaming mode, because it does say, oh gosh. Yeah. Streamer mode enabled. Let's disable that. All right, so I just disabled it, so maybe, yeah, if you could do that for me, I would love it. I'm new to streaming, so it's all an adventure here. Okay. I don't know if that might be something I could change. Desktop audio. I don't have that turned up, maybe. How about now?
Let me check. Oh, doggy.
Oh, yeah. That's my... Where is he? Oh, he wants to get on the couch. Come on. Yeah, he's my 90-pound lap dog.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
loud now.
Is it too loud?
A bit.
Okay, so I'll
Overpowers you.
Okay.
Like half it or 3/4 it.
How about now?
Um, um,
Thanks for helping me out with this. I was trying to figure it out earlier.
Up it by about 25%.
There we go.
Now let's check. Wait for the stream to catch up.
Ooh, I just got a notification that I'm paired with someone.
Okay.
Hello.
There we go. Yeah, that sounds way better.
Okay, I'll keep it right there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You know what would really help is dual monitors.
Yeah, that's my next little investment here. And with my version of Windows, I can't select just Photoshop to show. Um, for some reason, I don't know why.
What version of Windows do you have?
Windows 7. I was doing some
Um,
troubleshooting for it a few days ago, and it said that for some reason when you're streaming, Photoshop will show up, but whatever project you're working on does not show. So,
so you have to do the entire display.
yeah.
Yeah, you should upgrade to Windows 8 or 10.
I like Windows 7 though.
A lot of people do. You can always revert back. I think. So I don't think files will be lost, other than the Windows files themselves.
Hopefully not. I'm sure I'll have to upgrade someday, but for now, I'm just going to keep it where it is. Alright, I need a clipping mask. So what program do you use for your 3D modeling?
Blender.
I'm not familiar with that. I'm
It's free to use.
I'm only honestly familiar with
3ds Max or Mudbox.
no, with Photoshop. I just
Photoshop.
started digital painting, so
Nice.
yep. Been
You look
working.
good at it.
Thank you. This is inspired by my Pathfinder campaign. It's a tabletop RPG like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
So I've
nice.
been doing a series. I'll show you my other two in this series. I've got them pulled up. This one is my druid character. Her name's Laughing Fox. And
Hmm.
then this one is this is the one I'm currently RPing. She's a demon possessed elf. So some interesting things happen with her in the campaign.
All right. Just
Always high fantasy with me.
let me check which of the two streams are faster.
I'm just gonna pull up. I'm gonna full screen his. Mute that though. Oh, cool. He's making like a little animation, like a fox. That's cute.
Yeah, watch me work is faster.
Oh, really? There's less latency?
Yes.
I guess that means YouTube is better too because Watch Me Work goes through YouTube.
YouTube, yes.
I feel like Twitch is set up with the community better, but I guess the latency is annoying. Okay.
Yeah, I believe there's like settings that can come close, but not really.
Mhm. I usually don't stream this time of day, but I really
You
want to
decide
finish
to.
this piece.
What is the art style? Water paint?
um,
It looks like water paint.
you mean watercolor?
Watercolor,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
familiar with.
It's all right. Um, I like to have a more painterly style. I like to leave my brush strokes. I did
Mm.
use a lot of watercolor for traditional paintings, so maybe that comes through a little bit. Um, but I just tend to have a little bit looser style, so I kind of think of it as more. I did more acrylic work before, so
All right.
I don't understand why that's not covering. Guess I need to go in here.
The current piece you're working on reminds me of The Legend of Zelda.
Really? I've gotten that a
Yeah,
couple times because he's got the green going on and it's high fantasy. It's got the castle in the background. I guess I can
yeah.
see it.
Got the medieval thing going on.
Yeah, I certainly don't mind that. I love Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda's a fun game. I've only played one of them, but the only one I've played I liked. I played A Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance.
That's my boyfriend's favorite Zelda game. My favorite is Twilight Princess. I
Mm,
really love the because it's a little bit darker than the others. So,
yeah,
really though, this character isn't anything like Link. He's a grumpy old elf. Actually, I'm gonna grab some
the
yellow.
skeleton though in the image reminds me of the Doom series.
Doom?
Yes,
Oh God, I haven't thought about those games in years.
yeah, I've I haven't played Doom in forever. Played the original on the PC.
I didn't actually play them, but they're so popular that I'm familiar.
Mhm.
I just played Nintendo games when I was a kid. When I was a kid when Doom came out. All about Zelda and Mario,
Yeah, Super
Kirby.
Mario 64 was fun. Oh, Kirby, yeah. I played Kirby and Magic Mirror, or is it an Amazing Mirror? I still have the cartridge somewhere for the Game Boy Advance.
Hmm. I don't think I played that one. I was obsessed with the original Kirby's Adventure. I had that for my NES back in the day. I don't even know how many times I've beaten that game. So much fun.
Yeah, I wrote my own Twitch bot in Sharp, I believe.
That's interesting. I don't really know much about the Twitch bots and stuff. I think I need to work on my channel a little bit more. It doesn't have, like, there's all kinds of add-ons that people put in and customize. I just
Yeah,
need to do some research, I guess.
yeah. If you don't want to create your own Twitch bot, there's stuff like what's it called? There's bots that you can
I've
invite
got
to your channel.
I've got Stream Elements, and if I
Yeah,
type like exclamation part point social, it brings up all my social links.
yeah, that's a bot. Mine is mostly fun commands.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay. So this cross guard is supposed to have a leaf ornamentation on it. But I'm trying to figure out how much of the details on the sword you would actually see because it's basically kind of silhouetted against the background. So I'm just kind of playing with adding some details and seeing how I feel about it.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. As I was saying, what was I saying about my bot and what it does?
Yeah, you were telling me about what your Twitch bot does, that it's mostly like fun commands and stuff.
Yeah, and it gives points and stuff, but I don't have any use for points right now, so it's just you gain points or lose points and whatever. Like
So it's like a
pretty,
game for viewers to play while they're in.
yeah, some gives them something to do other than watch the stream if in case they get bored
I've
or
noticed
just boring parts.
I've noticed some other streamers using stuff like that. There's a popular streamer on Creative that I like to watch, Madeline Inc. And she's got
Hmm.
some little games going in her stream. So I don't know, I think that's really smart. People seem to like it.
I made a game that I don't think any other bots have. What's it called? Poker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more specifically, the video kind where you just get drawn a hand, and whatever hand you get drawn is, if you have a two pair, you win points and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And you can win up to 1,000,000 points that way, but it's very, very rare.
It would be cool. So the points don't do anything for you at this
Not
point,
yet.
but you could like attach it to like, if you get this many points, you get this perk or something from the
Yes,
channel.
something like that.
Okay. what do you generally stream? Do you stream your work or is it like more video games or?
I generally stream various coding and sometimes 3D modeling, like I said,
Hmm, that's
or me
neat.
just messing around with doing any weird coding, trying to figure something out,
Hmm, okay.
or just trying to learn something new. Like all the code I know is self-taught and the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know basic web design, basic scripting in Lua, JavaScript, Python. Those are scripting languages. I know Java, C Sharp, C, uh, and or not C, C plus plus. And let's see, HTML, CSS, PHP, XML, SQL.
I have no idea what any of that is, but it sounds impressive.
Just the basics, which really is not that impressive, but self-taught is.
I went to art school, but as far as my Photoshop skills, it's all self-taught. Just YouTube tutorials. There's a lot of
That's the best way
information
to
out
do it.
there. Yep, there's a lot of information out there if you can have the time to sift through it.
Hmm. That's what Google is.
Yep. Okay, cool. Could like what? Mm,
Well, I got to get going.
all right. Well,
Nice
thanks for
talking.
stopping by.
You're welcome.
Stop by my stream anytime.
All
Have a
right.
great night.
Will do. You too.
Bye. Okay. See It's looking good. There was someone in my stream earlier that I was paired with that was working on some 8-bit art. This is nice. Wonder if you're using the same program. Probably. It looks similar. Okay, so I'm liking where the sword is going. I just want to get into... You itchy, Rhino? My dog scratching in the back. Get into... Not sure how much I want to color this little bit in over here, but I'm just gonna try out a couple colors. This is supposed to be a wolf head at the end here. Hi, Rhino. How you doing? You're a good boy. I don't know if he's in frame with me, but he's probably wondering why I'm not snuggling him right now. Just realized I still have my soft round brush on. I was wondering why my edges looked so feathery. This one that I'm using isn't the basic hard round. It's from a brush pack that I got. It just has a little bit of texture around the edges, which I tend to like. Good boy. Hi, can I have a kiss? He's thinking about it. You just had to sniff me. Would you lay down? Lay down here. I will pet you while I paint. Or you can sit. Just here. There we go. Now you can see Rhino. Of course, now I'm painting at a weird angle. Bye, Rhine. think if I were to put a game on my Twitch, it would have something to do with foxes. It's my Vulpine arts is everything. It would only make sense. Or maybe Ryan, since he's kind of my mascot. I'm basically just filling this in so it's not completely black, but I don't really feel like painting in a lot of detail on this is going to be productive because with where, like I said a minute ago, with where this is, you really wouldn't see a lot of the details anyways. I like it. Good, good. Now I'm just gonna go back onto my character layer now, and it looks like I erased out. Oh, looks like I erased out the edge of his hand, so that needs to be blocked back in. Not sure what that noise was. It sounded like... Oh! Oh, I'm muted on Twitch. Well, there's no one in here with me anyways. Or not Twitch, but... Okay. Is there anyone in the Twitch stream? Let's see. No viewers. I've been thinking a lot about fan art that I might like to do. Um, and League of Legends is one that pops to mind. Not sure which character I'd like to do first, though. I've always really loved Ari, but I feel like a lot of people do Ari. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing to do something that's been done a lot, but I don't do a lot of fan art right now. I've been trying to make more original content, but I feel like things like fan art would bring in views, which is also nice. So, gotta kind of find that balance between the two. Okay, I like what happened there. I want to work on the cultist back here because he's kind of messed up and doesn't. He's a background character, so it doesn't have to be perfect. He definitely needs a little bit more development. Particularly this hand, because I really just threw it together and it's not working. One finger. As you can see, I don't really like to do line art. I'm more, I like to block things in with color fields and then work towards being more specific later, which I feel like it gives my style a nice painterly feel. It just doesn't have to be so polished or, um, it leaves some texture, which I like. I feel like it makes the marks look more spontaneous. But the drawback to painting like I do is sometimes my paintings end up looking a bit unfinished at the end. So I've just been working on the finishing part of paintings and really being able to determine how much information and how much detail I need to put into all of these different elements to make it work together as a whole and not feel like it's a stylistic choice rather than something I just didn't finish. I almost like this hand. I think there's something off with the pinky finger though. Or this is a background character though. He can kind of be left a little bit. Hey, I've got someone in here. Cool. Hello. Pretty early in my channel, so one viewer is like, yay! Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably be streaming here for a few hours. Oh, sometimes my headphones push on my glasses, and it kind of hurts after a while. You know what? I feel like the placement on the hands is off. So I'm just gonna move them. Alright, how do I do this without... Okay, here's what I needed to do. Edit, copy merged. Then Oh, that feels so much better. It's funny how little. Mm, ah, it's funny how little that looks like it's changed the character. Paintbrush. This has been bugging me all day, so it's nice that I can fix it. It's like, oh yes, that feels better. That's right. Oh, hey there. It is not Photoshop. It is a download. I'll pull it up for you. Yep, that's it. This is the link for it. Magic Picker is in the corner there. It costs like $10, but honestly, it's changed the way I paint. It's really cool. I'll show you some features of it. I have it set to complementary colors, so as you can see, I've got two little sliders here, and I can switch between them to get a perfect like complementary. I can set it to tertiary, to tetrad, analogic, and um, accent analogic. So it's really good for picking colors. Kind of takes the guesswork out of it a bit, and I find that even this triangle here, I love to use it, going from black to white always on the left-hand side, and then this is, as you go more towards this corner, it saturates your color. So I highly recommend it. Thanks for joining the chat, by the way. I'm getting to the part of this piece where it's always fun to see it start to really come together. That's where I am right now. So I'm trying to finish it tonight. Um, we'll see how productive I am. Do you paint in Photoshop or just curious about my layout? That was a good question. Adding some little scribbly marks here. Um, the next part of this whole painting is going to be adding lighting effects, which honestly I'm just about there. I'm going to go back into this cultist's face one more time. And I heard a noise. Hmm. I get weird noises sometimes in my headset and I have no idea. Oh, you're welcome. Anything I can do to help? I've only discovered that a couple months ago, but it's really improved my workflow. Um, Another resource I could share is, I think I have it up still. These are the brushes I'm using. They are completely free, and they've got some really great textures. Um, I love Aaron Griffin's artwork. He does some fantasy stuff and like portraiture, and he always has such a cool like traditional feel to his paintings. So when I saw that he had a brush pack, I jumped on it, especially, hey, it's free. It's easy to hoard brushes in Photoshop, and God, half the time I don't even know what they do. I have a lot of brushes I've never even touched. I really should go through and clean it out. There's a lot of color tools like that. I haven't found any for free for Photoshop, but who knows, maybe you'll find one. They all basically do the same thing though. I ended up picking that one just because I liked the color modes of being able to choose complementary colors and tertiary colors. Sometimes I'll just pick one shade and then switch it to tertiary mode and just base my entire painting on those three shades. I used it a lot in this piece actually. to make these colors really bounce off each other. I had it set to tertiary colors the whole time, and that's where I got like this blue and the purpley shades. Um, Worked really nicely together. This was my last painting. Yeah, the default color picker definitely leaves a lot to be desired. It would be nice if Photoshop, next time they put out a version of Photoshop, if they'd give us a decent color picker. I think most artists end up downloading one of the ones like what I've got. It's nice because I don't have to go into the menu over here too, so it doesn't interrupt my work as much. For some reason, the face on this cultist is reminding me of Anthony Hopkins. I don't know if you've ever seen, uh, oh, what was that movie where he gets demon possessed? The Right, I think is what it was called. He plays a priest, and there's this one scene where he looks super creepy. That's all I'm seeing. It was completely unintentional, but I don't mind. Someone was telling me earlier that this character looks like that this painting reminded him of the Legend of Zelda. Also completely unintentional, but I'm happy with the reference. I love Zelda. Okay, there's a few little areas that I feel like are distracting on him, so I'm just gonna clean up a little bit more, make these fields look a little bit less scratchy. I had this interesting idea for some Rick and Morty fan art earlier. I was thinking of doing a propaganda style um, poster, and it's got Christina Hendricks was in that episode with Unity, and I was going to do her blue alien, and it would say something along the lines of join a collective, unify now. In the middle, it would have her as like a pinup style character. I've done a few propaganda posters. I did a Star Wars one a while ago for my boyfriend. And it was super fun. I'm not great at doing lettering in Photoshop, just because I don't quite have the hand-eye coordination. Sorry, I'm checking my phone. To do really clean lines, but I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I could make it look decent. Oh, my dog is groaning at me because he wants attention. Oh, what layer is that on? That's gonna bother me. Well, it's time to just turn layers on and off. Okay, it's in the skeleton group somewhere. We're getting somewhere. One little brush stamp there. That's called I forgot to turn off touch on my tablet. Ah, there it is. Skeleton. Gone. Yay. Okay, that's less distracting to me now. I'm going to go into this layer though and grab a different brush, like this one. This one's supposed to mimic oil pastels. I've been using it in the background. Just feel like there's this weird grayish halo around this character. So, do my best to fill that in. Back into him. Switch back to my palette knife. That's what this brush I'm using is called. It's the palette knife. That's one way to do it. Oh, you're working on a character portrait. I'd love to see if you want to link in chat. I don't know what Pillars of Eternity is. Am I ready to start working on lighting for the whole thing? I think I want his leg to look a little bit less flat. My next few pieces are going to just be character design pieces, not scenes like this. They're still going to be in the same high fantasy kind of style and universe, but I've been specifically wanting to work on my character's design a little bit just to polish it up. Um, make my designs look a little bit more captivating, I guess is the word I'm looking for. All right, let's take a look. Aw, she's beating him. This makes me think of Legend of Zelda and the Deku Tree. Oh, but she's gonna chop it down. It kind of looks like Alice in Wonderland mixed with. That's so cool. What was your inspiration for this? I don't have Imgur. I would totally um, like it. Oh, okay. Oh, this is nice. Nice drawing. It's an elf, so of course I'm partial. She reminds me a bit of Morrigan for some reason. Maybe it's the hair from Dragon Age. Very nice. CSP. Clip Studio. I was like CSP, Clip Studio Paint, right? Yeah, keep that up. You've got a great style. Um, the best thing I ever did for my art was to start painting every day. I want to show you um, a piece that I did just a few months ago. Yes. I did this probably like 6 months ago, and I was just getting into Photoshop. And there's so many things, like looking back at it, there's so many things that I wish I'd done. But looking at my improvement from this to this is kind of crazy. And the best thing I ever did for my art is to just paint every day, whether it's for 10 minutes or 5 hours. I've been thinking about getting Clip Studio, but at the same time, I feel like Photoshop is the industry standard, so I'm just going to keep putting all my energy into this so I know at least one program well. Um, but yeah, only by like making a volume of work, that's how I improved. It's just putting out pieces as quickly as I can and as often as I can. You've definitely got a good eye for anatomy, though. That's what an artist really brings to the table. We develop our skill, but um, not everyone has the eye for it. And I think that's why it's so easy to get frustrated when early on, because you know that you'd like to improve. And I get frustrated all the time. I know that I'd like to improve, but I can't necessarily see where I need to improve. Um, but you can see it. So I'm just trying to push it through to the next level in every single painting. Oh, that's cool. You can save in Photoshop format. I've seen a few artists use Clip Studio to paint in, and then they'll import to Photoshop later and do all of their effects in Photoshop. Oh, I wonder if I have any photos. See, now I'm wanting to show some photos of my traditional stuff, but I don't. Yeah, this is all my digital. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. I don't use a lot of filter effects. I'm actually going to start. Um, I basically just do different layer styles. Like I was thinking of making a new layer. Just to push some things forward and some other things back, I'm going to stick it in soft light, which doesn't mess up your values quite so much. And I'm going to make my brush huge and make sure I'm using a nice soft brush. I'm just going to grab this, turn my opacity down, and I just like to play with adding just a little bit. See how that's kind of making the character pop out of it? And then after that, I'm going to go on to my eraser. I'm going to make that soft as well and just make it really gigantic. Okay. And just kind of push and pull and see where I can. Oh, I still have the eraser on. So here I'll be adding light, and in other areas I'll be adding shadows. And I'm just barely touching my stylus to my pad right now. So where I was using like a yellowy tone right now, I'm going to go ahead and grab the complementary color in my magic picker and go to a nice dark desaturated tone. And okay, that is not looking good. Oh, it's because I have it on soft light. I wanted to do this one in, oh wait, no, this is normal. Maybe either multiply or I think I'll do multiply, see how that works. Multiply is another one that doesn't, yeah, there we go, that's doing nicely. That doesn't really mess up what you have underneath. It's just going to, here we go. I'm trying to think of people that use Coral because I see a lot of people using Paint Tool Sci, but I'm not super familiar, honestly. I look for people that use Photoshop more than anything else because that's what I use, so. Oh, and oops. Let's fit this in. What is it about Photoshop that you're looking? Is it just the price of Photoshop you don't want to pick it up just yet, or? I know there's an artist that posts a lot on Instagram that uses Krita quite a bit. I feel like it's Sarah Tepes. Let's just go in here, search for. I'm pretty sure that this artist does a lot of I'll actually click on her channel and then give you the link. She does a lot of reviews on different programs, and then there was another one that I like to watch. Claire. I'm pretty sure she uses Procreate a lot. And she does a lot of traditional stuff. Maybe this isn't who I was thinking of. Videos. I think she uses Krita and Clip Studio Paint a lot. Oh, that is so cute, the Pikachu. I haven't gone through her channel in a while. But yeah, I understand Adobe is. Hello, Psycholog Krister. Can I just call you Psycho? Oh, I'd love to. Thanks for hopping into the chat. Yeah, go ahead and share your links. I was just sharing a couple YouTubers that I like that use different art programs. I'm gonna grab slightly darker shade here. I feel like that's a little too purple. Alright, and then I'm gonna turn the opacity down on my eraser. Like way down. And just go in here on some areas that I feel like I went a little bit too ham on. Yeah, whenever you want to drop that link in there, I'll take a look for sure. see here. Ooh. Okay, this is like I'd rather not do any NSFW stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sure you put a lot of work into whatever you're doing, but yeah, I'm gonna remove that because I don't know how. Here. Sorry about that. Maybe some other channel. I feel kind of bad. Um, but I'd like to keep it. I do have mature on my channel, but that's just because I occasionally curse. So I didn't want to get in trouble for that. I should have been a little bit more clear about what's okay to share and what isn't. You missed a link that I cleared from the chat. If you'd want to see it, you could ask whoever posted it to DM it to you, I guess. But I don't really want it in my chat. There's lots of places on the internet that you can find porn, so I really didn't. I saw an owl at first. That drew me in for about half a second. Let's change the topic back to art. I'm liking how my effects are looking here. This multiply layer is really working. Good time to save. Always forget to control S. Well, actually, I went to the menu there, but. Okay, next thing I want to do is add some glow to the axe. I just have to find the right brush for it here. I'm kind of looking for a cool effect brush. What does this one do? Oh, that's kind of neat. Not quite what I'm looking for. Maybe this guy? That's interesting. That's some kind of stamp. I have so many brushes, as you can see. I don't even know what that's doing. It's like random little... That is kind of neat. It's like dust. I might use that here. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for. If I take that with a nice saturated orange here. Maybe a little bit more to the yellow. And stick it in soft light mode. Is my opacity turned up? It's really... It's a little bit more transparent than I would like. Maybe I'll just stick it in normal mode. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Ooh, linear dodge. I think that's... And then I'll just switch to my eraser here. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in and stop by again. You could hit this follow button. I'd really appreciate it. This is a neat little brush. I have to remember this. What's this called? The one that I have. I don't even see where it is. Well, I guess it's gone forever. Means I can't switch off from it before I'm done with it. And yeah, we'll turn the opacity down a bit. It's a bit too much. Go around there, looks good. It's not too distracting. Make these ones smaller. It's always something you can go back in and color dodge the saturation back up later. I think I will do a color dodge layer on this painting, but that's something I always try to do last because I have to merge layers, make a copy of the entire painting, and then I use the color dodge brush on top of it. So I'll probably start doing that in a minute once I get this to where I want it. going to pop my social accounts into chat really quick. In case you wanted to follow me on any social media, I post to Instagram fairly regularly, a little bit less lately. Probably what I do the most is my Facebook page. So you can see lots of updates there. Hey Ryan, you want to get up on the couch? Good boy. I want to go back to the lighting layer. Do I have my opacity set to on that? Turn that down. All right, I'm going to go back onto the layer with my elf on it. Switch off from my cool little brush that I have no idea what it was. That's the danger of having so many brushes. I lose track of them. Okay, I just wanted to go in and deepen some of the shadows here along the edge of his face. So I lost a bit of contrast when I started adding my lighting effects, so I'm just bringing it back to where I want it to be. I haven't checked my chat on Watch Me work in a little bit. Alright, nothing going on there so far. I'll actually, let me grab the link for this. I'm paired with another artist right now, so you can kind of watch both of us work. This is a website for a variety of creative people. He's making a little GIF right now with some 8-bit art. Looks like he's eating a snack. He's a little fox man. It's looking really nice. But it's a fun site. Sometimes I'll get people on voice in here and other artists talking about just making work and our interests and stuff. It makes the time go by. And you also can get some good critiques, which is kind of a rare thing when you're not in art school anymore. Sometimes it's hard to get feedback on work. Okay, I like where that's going. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the black over here. Much better. I feel like this layer I have here of the axe aura is just kind of distracting on the edges. I'm just gonna tone it down a little bit. I want it to look like a magic, an MMO magical weapon. They always tend to glow, but I think it's ended up a little too distracting. There we go. That left a little bit of it, but mostly gone. I'm gonna go in on this layer here. This is really nitpicky right now. That's gonna, there, okay. There was a little bit too much of a yellow cast on his face. Mm. And it doesn't look like anyone's in the chat anymore. It's alright. Is it? Amber Harris. Alright, I think that I'm done for now, which is weird to say. I'm sure there will be a few more little things I want to add to this, but I need to kind of take a step back and just look at the painting and decide what needs little tweaks. But for the most part, it's all there now. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I won't be streaming again this weekend, but I will be streaming at 9 a.m. on Monday to 12 noon. That's my general stream schedule, and my stream schedule is below in my panels on my Twitch channel. I'll link my social accounts one more time before I leave. But thank you everyone for stopping by. This was a fun little stream. Have a great night.